What up, everybody? This is your favorite autonomy coach, AB. Mental health is true wealth. I greatly appreciate y'all going ahead and tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. We're going to discuss different mental health topics. And today we're going to be discussing church trauma. Now, I know this is going to rub a couple people the wrong way. And I'm going to let y'all know off the muscle, I do not care. It's going to be the ones in the messages that ain't saw their kids in 15 years that's going to be acting holier than thou. It's going to be the ones in the messages that is currently cheating on their wife. Probably with their wife's sister. Going to be in the comments talking crazy. I'm telling you now, I do not care. It's going to be the ones tricking, male or female, in the comments talking crazy. But I'm telling you now, I do not care. The discussion is church trauma. So, the hardest thing in the world is growing up in the church, living your truth. And growing up in the church, black, living your truth, adds a whole little new spin to it. Okay? I'm just telling you. It can create an internalized homophobia. Almost like a sense of like hating yourself on the low. I share my personal stories because I know I'm not alone. Other people have experienced the things that I have experienced, but we try to stay quiet. We suffer in silence. And we're going to break that trend. So I'm going to discuss my story. As I previously told everyone, both of my parents died in 2004. So I came out as openly gay at the age of 14. I was told it was a phase, this ain't gonna last long, all this other stuff, but like here we are, 19 years later. So much for it being a phase, right? Yeah. So I remember I came out shortly after my mom passed because she is literally the only person on this earth that I am scared of. Like, you could get in trouble at school and they'd be like, I'm gonna call the police. Bro, I don't care, call the police. I'm gonna call your mama. Oh, wait, hold on. Listen, wait, my guy. We can talk about this. Be reasonable. She put the fear of God in mind. You did. So I ain't play with her. So when she was gone, it's like, who gonna check me? Who, baby? Who's gonna check me? So I just started living in my truth, right? So one of my mom's prayer warriors came over to the house after I came out openly gay. Because y'all know in the black community, we got prayer warriors. And no disrespect to this person because she's no longer here. She was a great woman. And I don't think, honestly, she meant to do any harm, even though it did harm. But she decided she wanted to pray over me. And when I say she literally tried to pray the demons out of me. Because of course what? Being gay, you got to have some demons in you. That's the only way we can explain this, right? So she starts to try to pray over me and I'm sitting there. Next thing I know, pow! She done threw all of the olive oil on me. Like when I say dead ass, I think she used the entire bottle on me. She drowned me in it to pray over me. I appreciate the prayer. So no disrespect to the prayer, but Lord have mercy. It was just a lot. She tried to use the whole bottle on me. So eventually, I go ahead and I transition into a stud or masculine presenting, whatever y'all young people like to say now. And I just started to walk in my truth, but I found it very difficult to go to church. It seemed like as soon as I walked into the church house, immediately the entire sermon was going to be about me being gay or gay being a sin. Correction, let me make that clear. About being gay being a sin, right? And I'm looking at the pastor like, Pastor. The deacon over here is cheating with the deaconess. Like somebody's stealing out the offering plate. You used to sell drugs in the night. Like, we got a lot of sins to discuss here, and somehow the topic of being gay steadily keeps climbing to the top of that list. So I found myself being super uncomfortable going to church, because that's the only topic they seemed like they could preach on. So all of that started to create these feelings in me, and it started to affect my perception on things. So like for a period of time, I didn't want to get married because in my eyes, I kind of felt like it was disrespectful to God. And then for a period of time, I found myself not even wanting to walk in the church house because I felt like it was a violation of God's house. So this trauma has started to bleed into every aspect of my life. And as God continued to throw favor on me, and he continued to reward me and give me things throughout my life, because when I say I had to get it out the mud, I had to get it out the mud, baby. I kind of felt like I just didn't deserve it. And I was always kind of waiting on the other shoe to drop because I just couldn't understand why he would bless me. Right? So all of this trauma started to create a devastating toll on my relationship with God. The hatred in the religious community is horrible, and it's traumatizing to the community. Like, they literally had conversion therapy. For like some of y'all who don't know what conversion therapy is, it's essentially they are not supposed to still do it now, but it's therapy to change someone's sexual orientation. For y'all that previously didn't know, homosexuality was considered a disorder. So these people were like literally torturing people. I'm talking about shock therapy, forcing people to engage in sexual activity, all of this in the concept of changing someone's sexual orientation or healing the homosexual community. People have been violated by the church. And because it's the church, it's like, oh, we can't discuss it. Shh, let's not talk about it. No, we have to discuss these things. We have to push them onto the table so that people can start to heal. And what I had to realize to break that devastating toll that it was having on my relationship with the Lord, I had to start to separate. As I started to grow, I had to separate the church from God. Because let's be honest, and I'm not saying for every church, but some of these churches don't reflect God and what he actually expects or what he is. And so I had to learn to separate the two so that way I can start to heal and mend my relationship. But church trauma is real. It's very real.